What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Death of the Asia, the You Can't Whoop Me edition. When y'all get in here, go ahead and like the video, share the video. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so that way you don't miss whenever I go live. Baby, I've been sitting on all this stuff that's going on in the media right now, and I just had to come on here and get some of it off my chest. It's been so much going on. I know a lot of people have been talking about some of the stuff that I am going to cover, but I'm going to just give my own perspective of it. Like I said, if you're watching and you want to join and give your thoughts and opinions on either one of these subjects, click on the link that's in the comments and you could join the live. But share this video too for your family and your friends. So tonight we're going to be talking about R. Kelly, of course, Will and Jada. I know you're probably wondering what the hell Will and Jada done did. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about R. Kelly, Will and Jada, Kelly Price, Porsha Williams, and Wendy Williams. So y'all go pull y'all something to drink real quick. Hurry up and come back. But so first, let's talk about this R. Kelly thing. So R. Kelly was found guilty for all of the charges a couple of days ago. I forget exactly what day it was that the verdict came out that he was guilty. I don't think that he has been sentenced or anything right now. We don't know how much time he's going to get. I know it's anywhere between 10 to life. With all things considered, I think he probably end up getting like 20 or something like that. That's what I think, that he probably end up with 20. And then being that it's a Fed case, I think in the Feds you have to do all your time. Like, you don't do a percentage of your time like you do when you're in the state. I'm really surprised at the conversation surrounding R. Kelly being found guilty. It seems like every time these predators do something and the more information comes out, it seems like the people who are rape apologists or whatever, they got to rear their head. Every single time. It's before the man, when the allegations first came out, it caused the division. When he got locked up, it caused the division. When he was going to trial and getting sentenced, it caused a division. I want to know what make people come out their mouth and say, I'm going to still listen to R. Kelly. Like, is anybody asking y'all that? I don't see people actually asking people that. So I don't know why you have to come out and say, oh, I'm going to still support R. Kelly. And y'all don't even be realizing that whatever you do in your household, whoever you choose to listen to, we continue to listen to R. Kelly when R. Kelly had pissed on that little girl back in the 90s or whatever the case may be. He came out with Step in the Name of Love and all this old kinds of stuff, and people soon forgot about what he had did. Now, he wasn't found guilty of that, but we knew that was R. Kelly. Come on now. But I guess because it wasn't a guilty verdict or something where people were just kind of brushing it under the rug and continue to listen to R. Kelly. Okay, so we continue to listen to him then, and it wasn't this conversation, and social media wasn't what it is now. But it wasn't this conversation where people had to talk, are you going to listen to R. Kelly or are you not going to listen to R. Kelly? Like, when did we get to a point where we started discussing whether or not we're going to listen to? So to me, it seems like you're deflecting. And to me, it seems as if you couldn't care less about the actual victims, because what's the point? What are you getting out of coming out and saying? It seems like you feel like you have to take some type of stance to R. Kelly or to not listen to R. Kelly. And R. Kelly's music is only for a certain type of environment. A certain type of environment, a certain type of vibe anyway. So it's not like people just been riding around listening to R. Kelly before all of this took place. And you listening to him, that's not going to help him. The man is a negative $2 million in the hole. So what are you trying to do? And it's just disheartening that people find it necessary to come out and just let us know, speak out, and I'm going to listen to R. Kelly. Okay. Who's asking you that? And like I said, I ain't telling nobody to listen to the man or to not listen to the man. It's just that why do you feel the need to? I don't see why anybody would feel the need to even say they ain't going to listen to him. Who cares? What's that's going to do? Whether you listen to him or you don't listen to him, that has nothing to do with what actually took place at the time of those crimes that he committed. That has nothing to do with him being behind bars. You can listen to him all day. He's still going to be locked up. You can decide that you don't want to listen to him. He's still going to be locked up. So what's the point of having a conversation? It's so petty and we deflect so much because what's the point of having a conversation on whether or not we're going to listen to him instead of thinking about the people who were victimized in the situation? Then you got some people that, and I ain't going to stay on R. Kelly too long, but then you have some people that also, they want to bring up all of this stuff like, oh, y'all dragging R. Kelly, but y'all didn't drag the coach in high school, or y'all dragging R. Kelly, but y'all was the same girls that when y'all was in high school, y'all had these older men picking y'all up. That has nothing to do with this man being a predator. At the end of the day, now you are blaming the if I was in high school and there was a grown man picking me up and he gave me some glitz and glam. He had him a car, you know, he picking me up, he going to get me lunch and all this old kinds of stuff, whatever, you know, the stuff that you get into when you're a girl and you're in high school and you're dealing with this older guy. What he's going to show you is going to make you want that because of the type of treatment that he's giving you. So naturally, you're going to gravitate toward, like any kid that's going to gravitate towards somebody with their arms wide open with candy for them. Any kid going to gravitate towards that. That's the reason why they call R. Kelly the Pied Piper. Kids gravitate towards that. So my thing is, yes, we were teenage girls dealing with guys that were over the age that we were, and we shouldn't have been dealing with them. But that adult shouldn't have been pursuing us. It shouldn't have ever been an option. That's where the problem lies. Now, y'all can't start making these children make adult decisions. You can't hold these kids responsible for making these adult decisions. The adults in the situation shouldn't have been pursuing these children. Shouldn't have been giving them something to look to and be like, you know what, I want that. Because the kid don't really know, especially you about 15, 16 years old or whatever, you into boys and stuff right now, get it as if it's anything wrong with it. That's the reason why you see conversations where the little boys, you know, end up being touched, or they dealing with these older women, and people wonder why, you know, there's not the same level of outrage. It's because boys and men, they come out and they be like, well, I liked it. I was glad to talk to these older women and this, that, and third. It didn't bother me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how the kid felt in that situation. It doesn't take away the fact that that adult is a predator. Quit using certain things to sweep this under the rug. And I know that everybody who's having those conversations are not trying to just sweep it under the rug, but why is it even necessary for that type of conversation to come up in this particular situation? Because it sounds like a deflection. And then y'all want to talk about, what about your uncle in the family that molest the people? What about the coach in the gym and all of this old kinds of stuff? What about them? It's not right that they did it. It's not right that R. Kelly and a lot of these other celebrities did it. What about them? Like, we're not going to be able to go out and rally up everybody and just, you know, start putting people in the paddy wagon and be like, oh, you're a pedophile and all this old kind of stuff. It's a process to that. Quit. I hate when people start using these unrealistic reasons as to why something isn't done. Come on now. We're not about to go and point out every pedophile in the family. We're not about to go out and point out every pedophile in the neighborhood. We probably don't even know they exist. Quit just saying that is ridiculous. That's just like somebody saying, hey, you know, it's crime going around in our cities, right? We out here killing each other in our city. We tired of watching the news and hearing about these young cats killing each other. Are you riding around stopping crime? Are you jumping out your car in the midst of this gun smoke? Are you jumping out your car? Hold on, brother. Wait a minute. Are you telling the police on them to stop the crime in your neighborhood? Y'all not doing that. So quit being so unrealistic. And the thing is, y'all know better than that. It's just the simple fact that y'all don't really care. That's what it just boils down to. Let me look at these comments real quick. And Ruth Anna said, say it. Ruth Anna said, these people are weird as fuck. They are super weird, and it's no excuse. And I'm gonna tell you another thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and get off this R. Kelly situation because I don't want this man to waste a whole bunch of my time. I'm so tired of black people doing this. When have we looked to white people for our moral compass? When? Do y'all think about the stuff that y'all be saying? We have people that be saying, Hugh Hefner got away with it. This person over here got away with it. You see what happened to this person. Y'all want to compare what we do to what white people do. I thought we were supposed to be the civilized people. I thought we were supposed to be the ones that's better than that. But you wanna compare yourself to some savagery? That's what you want to do? You want to use that as a moral compass? These very same people that raped and killed us, and you want to look to them as a moral compass and justify some bullshit in our community? And then you got people going so far as, well, y'all still sing the national anthem. You still do this and you still do that. Well, bitch, we in America. We still got to live here. We have to live here. Where we finna go? Y'all sit up here and did all that talk, coming up with master plans. We supposed to be now putting our little stimulus checks together and going to Ghana. Remember that? We got to live here. It's different. We talking about something that happened 400 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We ended up being enslaved and all of that kind of stuff or whatever. And so we're living in this country. There's bullshit that happens in every country. So as long as you living amongst people, there's going to be some BS. There's going to be groups of people who are going to feel some type of superiority. So using that, y'all singing the national anthem, but now y'all don't want to listen to 12 play. Y'all don't want to listen to the greatest sex. Nah, I don't, because now I feel like he talking to goddamn kids. Now, since I know better, when the certain stuff was coming, I wasn't thinking about it that way. It's gonna be real hard for me to listen to what's the song? I don't remember. You may be young, but you ready to learn. Oh, that's Keith Sweat. And we need to go pull up Keith Sweat files while we on the subject. See, this is how what y'all telling us to do. What about the other person? Okay, what about Keith Sweat? Because I ain't never had to deal in a situation where I had to be dealing with a man that is the same in the same age group as I am, that have to inform me that I'm a woman. So the fact that you made a song that you got to inform this person that they are a woman, that lets me know that you're trying to convince this child that it's okay for them to mess around with you. Because you ain't got to tell no grown woman, you might be young, but you ready to learn. Learn what? You're not a little girl. You're a woman. Take my hand. Nigga, did you snatch her out the park? Where was he at when he thought about this? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like you was at the playground. Take my hand. So you running off with these children. But that's another, I'm not finna put that jacket on Keep Sweat Back, but I don't even know. I was trying to think of R. Kelly's song, and I done thought of that song, but he done said similar, age ain't number the number or whatever, but that's a little, all that, pedophile type situation. Anyway, we just got to do better regarding it. And we just have to be more sensitive to the victims in the situation, because even though people might not seem like they are negatively impacted by something, that don't mean that they are not brainwashed. And I know in the case with R. Kelly, all of those instances were things where a lot of those people had, like them older women that was over there, them older girls that was over there that was of age or whatever, that want to come out and say stuff, they don't have a leg to stand on. Now, I did hear that he was doo-dooing on people or whatever, but if you out here shitting on people, R. Kelly, now you really bullshit. If you were shitting on them grown-ass women, you need your ass whooped. And then his ex-wife came out and acting like she's so sad. Want you the one that orchestrated a whole bunch of the, let me get off the Kellys. Let me get off the Kellys because he gonna take up too much of my time. Let me go over to this other Kelly, baby, because this one here, Kelly Price. Kelly Price. Kelly Price, she one of them people that want to piss down your back and tell you that it's raining. I'm not for Kelly Price and the BS she got going on or whatever the case may be. I don't know if Kelly Price is trying to go by NBC or something like that, but this really seemed like a scheme that Ty set up to come to us with the bullshit. First, Kelly Price, she goes missing or whatever. She gets on a missing person. People are all they're concerned about her or whatever. Her family comes out talking about her fiance that ends up being her husband, and next thing you know, she had COVID, and she came out on TMZ talking about not only did she have COVID, she died, and she came back. Like, all this Easter resurrection shit happened, and I'm just like, God damn, like, is this the coming of Jesus or something? Like, what's going on? Like, you done went through your resurrection or whatever. So she done rose from the dead on some Lazarus type shit. So now you got Nikki Gilbert. She running her mouth. The brat done went off on Nikki Gilbert, and Kelly Price ain't talked to family members in over a year and time. And you gotta be shitting me. Like, with her, something ain't right. It seemed like I'm gonna tell you what it sound like. I'm gonna really tell you what it sound like to me. It sound like that man around there beating her ass. I'm tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I know how women that's in abusive situations move, and I know how abusers do. Ain't nobody finna be with you that is family oriented, that care about you and your relationships with others, that's gonna be okay that you're not talking to your kids. That's gonna be okay that you're not talking to, like, a year ago or so. You're not talking to your relatives or whatever. And when you see all these celebrities come out, all of these celebrities are coming out like on some hush hush type thing. And it was interesting how the brat came out and said something about Nikki Gilbert saying something, and it's kind of like, really, it's trying to get you to be quiet before you go too far and you say too much. I really feel like that man is around there beating her ass. I might be wrong, but if you know about abuse and how women try and cover it up, so you done got a situation where you done married this man. Nobody knows that you married him. The family is saying that this is your fiance. Come to find out, y'all been married for about a year now. You don't tell nobody. So if you ain't telling nobody that you married, it seems like you don't think that they'll be happy for you, or you made the best decision. And why they won't be happy that you married this man if he's some good for you? So now you done married this man. Nobody knows that. Now you come up missing, and it's all this misinformation. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that, you know, you're in the hospital and they had said that her daughter, I'm finna tell you some bullshit. Y'all follow me now. Nikki Gilbert came back out and was talking about how Kelly Price's daughter contacted her and was asking her what she's gonna do, do about her mom. Her mom is really sick and all this all kinds of stuff, or whatever the case may be. So if you was in a hospital and you had COVID and your daughter knew that you was in a hospital and you had COVID to the extent where she reached out to Nikki Gilbert and was trying to get help because they thinking you finna cross over to the other side and head on to the upper room or whatever, and she was in contact with your sister and other people, why did you go on the missing people report? Because your daughter, apparently she knew where you was at. Nikki shouldn't have said anything, and Kelly Price should have just let people know that she was okay somehow, but I think she wasn't. And here's the thing too. If you think about when the brat came out and said she's going to come out and make a statement and she's going to let y'all know what's going on, but it's up to her to tell. If it was COVID and we're in the middle of the pandemic, it's not that damn serious for you to be, she going to come tell her story, y'all on some Lifetime type situation. If it was just COVID, then you done sat here and you done told the people you passed away and you done came back or whatever. You passed away and you came back, you ain't tell your people. At that point, you would be like, really, you know what? We need to straighten it out. We need to talk to each other. You shouldn't be. That lady is getting her ass whooped by that man. I'm telling you. That is what I'm telling you. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I don't keep up with Kelly Price. I don't know nothing about her man. I hadn't listened to Kelly Price. I hadn't searched Kelly Price or looked for Kelly Price until her ass went missing. But this does not make sense. This is not just COVID. That girl is covering up something. It sounds like he done beat her so bad till she did wind up in the hospital, because guess what? That's your husband. Why he ain't telling people you all right? Why he couldn't just tell somebody she's fine? You go on to the missing people. You try and buy you some time. You don't know if this girl is going to make it after you done beat her ass to a pup. And I'm going to tell you something. Like, she come out, I got COVID or whatever the case may be. When she had came out and said that, let me tell you something about a liar and people that be trying to hide stuff. People know how to, hold on, folks just be, I be in the middle of my life. People know how to drop a crumb. People know, stop calling me. Hold on. Hey, what's up? I'm in the middle of my, yeah. I'm gonna call you when I get done. All right, peace. Okay, so people, I'm sorry, y'all. This is so ghetto. I'm drinking wine with ice in it and everything. Phone ringing. Okay, anyway. So people know how to put something out there before shit hits the fan. So you could use COVID for an example. I can't really waste my time trying to explain to you how people lie, but people will put lies out there to prepare you for some BS so they can use that when something hit the fan, if that makes sense. If y'all get what I'm saying, like, oh, I got COVID, because he probably done slap the fuck out you or put you in a position situation or whatever the case may be before, you probably be down for a length of time. I don't know. I don't remember her. I don't know what state she was in when she came out and said she had COVID. I was just hearing rumblings that she had said that she had COVID, because I think T.S. Madison had some weeks ago had said, y'all go around there. You know how I be sending people around people's house too. That was cute that she did that, because I be like, y'all go around by such and such house and check on them. But anyway, she had put out that Kelly Price said that she had COVID. Ain't nobody had heard from them or whatever. That stuff is not adding up. You saying that just to prepare people for the BS. And then you talking about you done passed away and came back or whatever. All of this stuff is not making sense. It's too much going on. It done got too deep for it to just be COVID. It's not that serious. And everybody is on edge. I believe people know what's up with that guy. And I believe 100%. This is just my thoughts. This is allegedly. I believe that man is beating her ass. I could be wrong. But I know bullshit and propaganda when I see it. And I know how abusive situations look. I done seen a whole lot of domestic abuse. So, yeah. It's narcissistic behavior, separating yourself from your family and all this old kind of stuff, and keeping your relationship a secret to that extent to where your family don't even know. Nobody knows that you even married to this man. You ain't fooling me. But anyway, so somebody else that's trying to fool the people, Wendy Williams. You know what I want Wendy Williams to do? I want Wendy Williams to leave that show alone. But I'm going to tell y'all something. If Wendy Williams were to leave the show alone, I don't think we'll have Wendy Williams for a very long time. Because I think that's the only thing that's kind of holding her together. Wendy Williams, she has experienced a lot. And I don't care what anybody say about Wendy Williams, because they have to do that, because she has to do her job. She might not be the best person in the world, but at the end of the day, she's still a woman. She's still a human. And I hate to see somebody hurt the way that I can see that she's hurting. She went through so much so quick. And even though this lady is a multimillionaire, and you might feel like she has it all, I know what it feels like to lose a whole lot of people at one time. It's nothing can make up for that. Those type of ills, you could make money back. But when you get to losing people around you, you don't have time to grieve, losing your mom, then you done lost your husband, your child is not really fooling with you or whatever. People want to judge people with addictions and things, but sometimes that's the only thing that be holding a person together. And we'll say, get you some help and do this, and you have the resources to go get you some help. And so she could be able to process all of this stuff. But that don't mean that people won't start back doing things that actually make them happy. See, sometimes being able to partake in some of those things that may be harmful to you, it'd be the only thing that actually make you happy. And it takes a whole lot of strength. I'm not going to even necessarily say strength, because I don't want people to feel like that they're weak because they're struggling with something. But it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience with yourself. It takes a lot of discipline. Wendy Williams was supposed to do a pre-recorded show because the new season was supposed to start October the 4th. So she was going to do a pre-recorded show. She didn't show up. That's saying that she's still dealing with COVID complications. I don't believe it. I think people are using COVID. Like, COVID done been used so much as an excuse for certain things. Now I believe Wendy Williams is sick. I do believe she's sick. But I believe she's sick because of her addiction to whatever it is that she has gravitated towards now. I don't think this is COVID, because when she leave the hospital, she's vaping. So that don't even make sense. And then for you to say it's still COVID related complications and you were vaping once you left the hospital or whatever, the complications couldn't have been that bad because you just walked about the hospital and you're vaping. So it's more to that story too. And it's not to shame her if, she has, started back doing heavy drugs or drinking more than she should, abusing the alcohol or whatever, because at some point we got to have a human moment. If you done actually went through something, divorce, I'm telling y'all something, divorce is hard. I went through a divorce, and I've never lost a parent, but that was worse than losing a lot of people that I lost. I'm gonna tell you the truth, because guess what? I lost myself. When you get to losing yourself, and you got to go back and pick yourself up and relearn yourself and do all of that, you guilt tripping and you feeling bad about yourself because you gave so much of yourself in a situation or whatever. You invested. You see this as a forever thing. That's really hard to deal with. And especially when everything just started crumbling around you. So her dealing with that, and then she already have her health issues and all this all kinds of stuff or whatever. I'm not going to talk about her addictions to anything in a way of trying to shame her for it, because I do want her to be better. I do want her to be okay. But being in denial and trying to cover it up with something else, that's not going to help the situation. And I think because they're not being honest, this is what a lot of celebrities don't understand. When they don't be honest, they actually make people pry and start finding out information and invading their privacy. They're just like if Kelly Price would have just came out and been honest, nobody would have been trying to figure out who the hell her husband is, that she was lying and saying it was her fiance. If somebody if you just come out and be honest, be like, listen, you ain't got to tell all your business, man. Listen, I done went through so much, and I've been drinking more than I would like, so I need to really give me some help. People stop making. We want to be having constantly. Your name is in the media. You headline. You will be able to have that privacy. Y'all be thinking y'all be being private by being sneaky. Whereas you could go ahead and tell somebody what makes sense, because we're not stupid. Tell people what makes sense. And going on. I would actually, even if it's not the case, I will be honest with you. In that case, I will lie. And I don't typically lie. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I lie on a Wednesday, but every day in a Wednesday. I don't typically lie. But in that case, I would. If this is the story, if this is the answer that you want to hear, and I'm a public figure, and I need to go through this by myself, and this is what y'all believe, and y'all gonna keep talking about it anyway, yep, that's what it is. The rumors are true. That was the perfect song. I'm gonna tell you, yeah, that's true. So you can leave me the hell alone. So now if I come out and tell you, yeah, even though it's a lie, if it's something that just it's not going to just completely assassinate my character because you're doing it anyway. If you're like, oh, you know what? I think Wendy Williams, she done started back drinking. She done started back, smoking rocks or whatever. I don't know. Was she smoking rocks or doing powder? I don't want to put crack on her. But, you know what I'm saying? With a little mixing or whatever, they're about the same thing. But anyway, she, if she just came out and been like, yep, that's what's going on. Let these people leave her alone. I just admit, I'd be like, yep, that's what it is. Because that's I'm gonna say this just my thoughts again. I'm not gonna put these jackets on people back or whatever, but hell, I think that's what's going on with Wendy Williams too. She is back using. She probably did get sick, but the extent of her sickness, that is not COVID, baby. Because if she was that damn sick, she'll be back in the hospital if it was COVID related. But anyway, you got the people. What's the show? The View. And y'all need to quit playing with COVID, because even on The View, when Kamala, whatever her name is, y'all VP, she was supposed to come on the show. Next thing you know, the people ended the segment like right when she was supposed to come in or whatever, talking about they had, when you're doing television and things in the media, you have to take those rapid COVID test like on site. So they came back with the results in the middle of the live and said like two of the women, they tested positive for COVID, so they had to end the segment or whatever. Then turn around days later, it comes out, oh, it was a negative positive. Y'all playing. Excuse me, you covering up something. And it's real easy for you to use COVID for anything right now because due to HIPAA law, and shoot, I don't think they supposed to been telling them people business like that. But due to HIPAA laws, you cannot be disclosing people health information. So you know how easy it is for people to go and lie on COVID. Y'all need to cut it out. But anyway, speaking of another Williams, Porsha Williams. I'm gonna get on and off her because I gotta get on this Will and Jada, baby. Porsha Williams, one of the Real Housewives, ex-Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know the story where she got with the man Simon, and Fallon and Porsha seemed to be cool, and Simon and Fallon, they separated. They hadn't really got a divorce yet. He got with Porsha. Next thing you know, he done engaged to Porsha, and the rest is history. They wear me out, right? So Simon proposes to Porsha. Simon is always on the internet, acting like a female. He's always on the internet, going back and forth or having something to say, having too much energy for his ex-wife Fallon, going to me for Porsha to be comfortable in a situation. I would feel some type of way if I was with a man and he's always into some drama in a mix with his ex-wife. Like, if you with me or whatever, then you need to leave that alone. However you feeling, you need to keep it to yourself. You do not need to be putting it out on the World Wide Web and y'all going back and forth. Y'all having marital issues on the internet and you supposed to be engaged to me. Porsha done turned around here. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Porsha. You know, she was working for Dish Nation on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. That job. She was working on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Porsha done quit that job. The man is supposed to be worth $40 million. And I'm going to tell you the truth. The man is African, and it's no tea, no shade. But the thing is, I wouldn't be quitting no jobs that's paying me good money or whatever, trusting what this African man got going on or whatever, because I don't know, you better check some databases to make sure your social security number is not being used in some kind of scam from people back or whatever. But y'all know how them Nigerians or Cash App scam your ass in a minute. So I'm like, you got all this stuff going on and you quitting jobs and all this, and I guess I think you finna be the queen of Wakanda or something. Now I don't know what the hell she got going on in her mind, but anyway, she done quit all her jobs. Then she turns around and go to the jewelry store and buy this man an engagement ring so she could propose to him too. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with these women propose? The man already proposed to you. Now you want to turn around and propose to him. These women, these celebrity women or whatever, they just be some of the most ignorant motherfuckers you ever want to come across. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Porsha just be acting like she's losing all of her mind. And when she was trying to figure out where the trains was at for the Underground Railroad or whatever, they should have let you know everything that you needed to know. Anyway, let me get off Porsha. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about her buying her fiance an engagement ring and proposing to him. Now, I don't think it's anything wrong with actually buying him an engagement ring, but I didn't know men wore engagement rings, so I don't know what's that about or whatever. I'm going to tell you something now since I'm thinking about it. I think Porsha did that because she's insecure. Y'all follow me with this one. I think Porsha bought Simon that ring and proposed to Simon with that ring because she's insecure. I just thought about that. When the woman has a ring that she has to wear, right? The man don't have an engagement ring. So her acting like she's doing something special and going out the box and just professing her love and proposing to him. No, it's not that you just want to, you want him to have on a ring. You want the people to know that he's taken. He done been caught up in all kinds of scandals, had a girl in his car and all this old kinds of stuff, still worrying about what Fallon doing on the internet or whatever. And you're trying to really rush the process. Like, y'all, I don't know when y'all gonna actually get married, but you finna put a ring on your finger in the meantime. That's the only reason why she did that. She bought that ring and did this little bootleg proposal to this man is because she feels insecure, rightfully so, because he's always going back and forth with his ex-wife on the internet. She done went on by her business, done got with another man. They done took on her last name. That's some more weird ass shit that we not gonna even get into or whatever. This man done took on the woman's last name or whatever. Like, anyway, that's the most emasculating thing and it's not like Fallon somebody where her name just ring a bell, whatever her last name is. Like, it's just gonna be like the Hilton or something. Like, bitch, we just picked you up on down the street around the corner on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you sitting up here in the chitlin circuit now doing these little interviews or whatever, hanging on the little bit of fame that you got left. So my thing is that was just weird. But anyway, all of this stuff is going on surrounding this man that Porsha is engaged to. So she was like, you know what? I don't know if we're gonna walk down the aisle anytime soon. I know we got time to plan this wedding, but in the meantime, between time, I need you to have something on your finger to signify that you're taken. That's what she did it for, because she's insecure. Anyway, so speaking of insecurities, Will and Jada about to wear me out. Who is asking these people who, I don't think any of us are that interested in what Will and Jada got going on in their sex life at this point. Who cares? Like, nobody cares about the makeup and the dynamics in their marriage or anything like that. We don't care. And it's not to say that they're irrelevant, because they're definitely not irrelevant. You know, Will, he's an A-lister. Jada doing her thing on the, and she's still relevant. You know, I'm talking about her. People still talking about her. So she's still relevant. But nobody really cares about all of this stuff that be coming out in their relationship. When August Alsina came out and exposed Jada for her entanglement, yeah, we were interested in that. But I don't know if Will and Jada have gotten a memo. We ain't checking for that. We ain't thinking about y'all no more. Actually, Jada done said so much other problematic stuff after that to where now we kind of just like, girl, just shut up. We really want you to shut up. You know, she done went. We knew how you were infatuated with Tupac. We done heard the stories about Pac and Will and how Will felt when you were friends with Pac. We hear about your entanglement. Then Arsenio Hall or whoever she was talking to about her 50th birthday asked what she want to do for her 50th birthday because Will jumped out of plane on heels. She gonna holler. She want to figure out how to love. And I'm so sick and tired of her trying. She one of them hotel hoes. Like, she want to be acting all woke and all deep or whatever. And she be saying the wrong thing at the wrong time. And she don't know how to save face. She be acting like, well, she's being open and honest. And she's putting it all out on the table or whatever. But you actually looking stupid and slow. Because you supposed to have all this this wisdom and understanding, but you're not even paying attention. See, that's the thing with consciousness, what people don't understand. Consciousness is understanding the things that's around you, seeing things for what they are and not what you want it to be. That's what being conscious means. So you mean to tell me that you're not hearing all the rumblings that's going on in social media where we feel like Will is weak as fuck for still dealing with you? And we couldn't care less about what Will is doing, because Will business, we could only hear rumors. Will ain't coming out and confirming nothing. We don't know who else Will done slept with. We've been on y'all had an open relationship. We don't know who Will done slept with and all that, but we know what you done did. So we can only look at you and what you're doing, and you coming out in the media saying all this stuff. So instantly when you say, I need to learn how to love, we're going to be looking at, hey, you've been married to this man for 20-some years, and you ain't know how to love? When did you not know how to love? Like, what type of love? That make people, and that's going to make people naturally start raising questions and concerns. Like, what do you mean by that? So here come Will. He got to go on to the GQ. He did a GQ magazine, GQ magazine ad or whatever. He done told the people, woke for me. I can't stand these deep ass people. He was telling the people basically that me and Jada, we got an open relationship. And so he won't continue to look crazy. It was basically like, yeah, she did her thing, but I'm doing my thing too. Like, it's not that. My thing is, Will shouldn't have even had to get to that point where he had to do that. We could have just kept speculating. And Jada, she's a prime example of not knowing how to control your hoes. And speaking of not knowing how to control your hoes, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on my show, Death of the Asia, I will be talking about side chick etiquette. Y'all definitely want to go ahead and make sure that you have liked this page, shared, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell, because you don't want to miss any of these upcoming shows. I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for, commenting and engaging and all that good stuff or whatever. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight for another episode of the Death of the Asia You Can't Whoop Me edition. I'm tuning out. Have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.